So this is one immortal being talking to itself in the imagination. Everything you see is you projected on the screen of awareness that you are, self-aware, tasting itself. In the body, the character is not conscious. Consciousness is feeling a body and character. So what's hearing this voice is the absolute, the formless infinite. The screen of awareness from which bodies, voices, world appears and disappears. That which is eternal, immortal, never dies, is never born. And I have some stuff to read, but I wanted to just revel in this. That already is, that can't be attained because you are. Even if you close your eyes and bring your awareness to the sensation of this voice. How could the sound of the voice appear without you being aware of it? You're the source of it, giving rise to it, making it appear, because you are the light, existence itself. So whatever you pay attention to, you make it appear. You're God. And this pure conscious presence, just being aware of this pure beingness without thought. This isness. Being aware of being aware. Being aware of your own presence. This felt sense, I, this felt sense of self, of I'm aware, I exist. Unchanging, silent awareness that's just always there, despite the changing sounds and voices and bodies. That sense, I'm alive, I exist. This pure, empty potential that's pregnant with possibilities, that's infinite. This sense of I am, this sense of I'm aware, is the entire universe. And nothing is separate from it. You know that you are, and you are everything. So this attention to the screen of awareness that you are, being aware of being aware, this sentience, this beingness, is the substratum from which everything appears and disappears in you. And notice that this doesn't need anything. It's just purely aware. It still remains even when the voice starts and stops. And notice that it's untouched, unaffected by the voice, by the sound. Yet it's projecting itself as the sound, as the voice, because you're giving rise to it as awareness. You can't be separate from it. So being sound. Yet you are that which precedes it, is prior to it, because if you're aware of it, then you are existing before it, illuminating it, like the projector on the movie screen. And it can't appear without you being aware of it, so you are the source. And so even this sense of beingness, this primary illusion, you precede. You come before it. You are the source. And you can only be this. You are the unseeable, unmanifest, giving rise to this beautiful imagined illusion so that you can see yourself, experience, play in its novelty. So even the sense of being the primary I am is observable. So even that you precede. You are the unseeable, infinite, unmanifest, giving rise to this illusion, and are aware of your own presence as existence itself. So all there is awareness, self-aware, tasting itself sensually through every sense, through every sensation. Like data in a main computer containing all information that could possibly exist or not exist, tasting itself as unique quality. You are the attention, the pure awareness. You know that you are. You know that you're aware. You know that you exist. This sense of being. So the more that you're aware of being aware of this pure beingness, this pure consciousness without thought, this felt sense I, this felt sense self, I am aware. It swallows everything. It swallows the entire universe. And just like Nisargadatta said, all the secrets of the universe are revealed. Okay, I wanted to read some stuff. My friend Dolores on Facebook posted this today, and it was beautiful, from Ramana. And so the Ramana quote is, all these universes, humans, objects, thoughts, and events are merely pictures moving on the screen of pure consciousness, which alone is real, shapes and phenomena passes away, but consciousness remains forever. And Dolores wrote, there is no inherent existence in any phenomena. It's so beautiful. All there is the absolute, is the noumenal, is the unmanifest. So just like Ramana's quote, the universe is an illusion, Brahman is real, Brahman is the universe. All there is Brahman. You are Brahman, you are Pada Brahman. The screen of awareness from which the universe's humans, objects, thoughts appear and disappear. The moving images, you are the screen of pure consciousness. So all there is perceiving impersonal sensations. That's all there is. And that's all a beautiful illusion, so that you as the noumenal, the formless, the bodiless, can interact with yourself. And you're not even in the body. You're dreaming the body, you're imagining the body. And just like having a daydream of a character and bodies and a world, how can you be separate from it? It's your mind. You're the one perceiving the qualities, the illuminating the mind. So just like the analogy of the VR headset that I love, you are God. That's infinite, vast, unseeable, bodiless, formless, immortal, eternal, invincible, empty potential. Looking through the VR headset. So you are existence itself, and when you look through the headset, you're giving rise to this illusion. So by imagining this, you're illuminating whatever you're seeing. Whatever you're seeing, you are rendering, you are illuminating, you're making it appear like it exists, because you are existence itself. That's characterless, formless, bodiless. So by being aware of the character, you're making it appear like it exists. But the character is just an icon in pure consciousness. It's not conscious. It's an object of awareness. It's not sentient. You are sentience, giving rise to it, animating it, making it look like it exists. So by being aware of the world, you make it appear to exist, which is all just a mental concept, a mental idea being projected in the one mind of God, self-aware, perceiving itself as all these illusory qualities to experience. So there's just experiencing, seeing. My friend Laurie called it awaring. I like that. Instead of awareness, awaring, verb. Imagining, verb. It's singular, no separation, so instead of a pronoun or a noun, tasting itself. So I remember when I realized, I was like, oh my God, if I'm aware of the body, I'm not the body. If I'm aware of the character, I'm not the character. What the hell? Holy shit. And I was like, that is so obvious and even logical. And it's so funny that that can go unquestioned, you know, and how obvious that is. So you cannot be the thing you're observing. If you're aware of it, you perceive it. So like the analogy of God wearing a VR headset, you are the formless infinite projecting. So you don't need to wake up. You don't need anything. You're the absolute. Imagining characters, seeking, in the world, just like looking through the VR headset, none of the avatars or the world in the VR headset is real. It's all like a hologram. It's holographic. It's not real.
Hello.
Hi. Yay. So, just like that analogy. So there's no one suffering. There's no one even seeking. All there is the pure awareness. The absolute, the one wearing the VR headset that's completely eternally free, always and forever. Eternal, unborn. The one that's aware of the birth and death of the avatar in the VR headset that never dies. Despite the changing images on the screen, you remain unchanging. So there's just sensually feeling yourself. So projecting yourself as this, everything in the imagination, and beyond intimacy, being everything. So it can feel ecstatic, it can feel like ecstasy. There's no separation, there's no subject-object, there's just being. So for example, I noticed that hearing, I was listening to someone speak, and it was like ecstasy, because it was just pure beingness, you know. It was being the sound, being the words, being everything. And seeing the screen with the face on it, the seeing's not happening from the eyes or the body. Consciousness is seeing itself as eyes and body. So it's all consciousness. Consciousness is fundamental, from which all of the icons appear and disappear. So like Dolores said, the phenomena isn't sentient. It's not and there's no existence in it. You are existence itself, giving rise to it, making it appear, illuminating it, like a projector on the movie screen. And just like wearing the VR headset, what's happening in the VR headset is not real. It's not really happening. But it elicits these emotions and feelings and sensations that you, as the pure consciousness, is perceiving, is feeling. And you remain untouched. Just like neuroscience and quantum physics talks about, consciousness is fundamental, and consciousness is outside of the illusion of space-time. So you're the one wearing the VR headset, illuminating the illusion, perceiving the sensations, like looking through a VR headset. Like this sensor of impersonal sensations appearing and disappearing. So the body, qualities, thoughts, ego, characteristics are not conscious. Consciousness is aware and giving rise to this phenomenal content, and is fundamental. By being aware of a body, you make it appear to exist. You are existence itself. You are the cause, and it's you and you alone that exist. There's no outside cause. There's nothing else. So just like Neville Goddard said, everything you see is you pushed out. A projection. It's all a projection of the one mind. Everything you see is you. As the formless infinite. So all there is the natural reality. All there is the real. Is God. I wanted to read a Robert Adams quote. Allow your mind to say and think the way it will, only don't identify with it. Allow your body to do what it must, but do not react to it. Everything will happen of its own accord. When you allow your mind to think of its own accord, the thoughts begin to dissipate, and soon you have an empty mind. Empty mind is consciousness, realization. That's all you have to do, have an empty mind. But as long as you believe I am the doer, and you force yourself to have an empty mind, you never will. Because the forcing makes the mind stronger, just like what you resist persists. Rather observe your thoughts, watch the mind thinking, and leave it alone. Do not identify with your thoughts or with your body, or in reality there is no body and there are no thoughts, for there is only the self, and you are that. Robert Adams. So that pure consciousness that you are, this pure empty space from which the sound of this voice appears and disappears, this pure awareness, I am aware, this beingness, this isness, this boundless energy, this freedom that just is already. Is the self. And if you're aware of the presence, you are the presence I am, then you even precede that. You are the unseeable, the Pada Brahman. And this is your play, your lila, this dreamed illusion of being so that you can play with yourself, you can see yourself. And you're not the characters, the avatars. You're not the bodies. You're not human. You're not the world. But you're projecting yourself as that to play with yourself. And you're always free. You always remain untouched, untainted. Just like by closing your eyes and being aware of sensations. It's very obvious that you're untouched by what's appearing. You're unchanging, unmoving, despite what appears and disappears. So even if there's the thought that this isn't it, or I'm doing this, or I'm a doer, or I'm this body, or I'm a victim, this pure awareness that you are is completely untouched, tasting the sensation of that. So all there is perceiving impersonal sensations, and you remain untouched, invincible. Even if there's trauma being identified with, it's just one pure consciousness perceiving the sensation of the feeling of trauma being identified with. But you remain uninvolved, just tasting that sensation that appears and disappears. You remain unaffected eternally. So you're always free. That's why freedom can't be attained, or you can't become this because you already are this. So even the looking for freedom is the sought. Appearing as the impersonal sensation of looking for freedom. So what's being looked for is the one aware of the looking, which is eternally free. Which is projecting, rendering, perceiving the looking. That doesn't need to be free. That doesn't need to wake up. And this is all novelty. Because you don't need anything. You don't need a body. You don't need a world. This is all for fun. Mwah.